Right now it's 6. A big collaboration launches in Wisconsin. How it will impact patients at rural hospitals. And La Crosse County considers a move that could change how thousands get around. How the decision would impact your commute.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. Well, the stage is set for a historic playoff showdown. The Brewers and the Cubs are in the National League Division Series. The Midwest Divisional Series matchup is one hot ticket. On StubHub, the cheapest ticket is $244, Section 408, row 11 specifically. If you have money to burn, you can get 2 tickets in Section 112, row 16 for $668. And sports bars are also gearing up for lots of fans tomorrow. News 8 Now's Grace Monk is live at Features in West Salem. Grace.
Local sports bars like Features are preparing for a busy day tomorrow. The bar expects a big crowd as the Brewers head into playoffs. Throughout the season, they've seen an uptick in fans coming out to watch games. They're hoping tomorrow will look the same.
Well, we're hoping that we get a big crowd out here for it. Brewers have done really well this year, and it's definitely something we're excited for.
Tiber says they look forward to the boost in business. And if you plan on going out to watch the game, you'll want to get there early to get a good seat. Reporting in West Salem, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Grace. And some newborns in Milwaukee are ready for the Brewers and Cubs NLDS showdown. The babies fully embracing the playoff baseball spirit, fully decked out in Brewer gear. Aurora Healthcare gifted the new fans limited edition baby boxes packed with onesies, beanies, and socks, the cutest. And a look at our News 8 Now poll. We asked how many games will it take to decide the Brewers-Cubs series. 16% say 3, 49% say 4, 35% say 5. A push is on to get much needed medical care to Wisconsin's Knights who need it. News 8 Now's Allison Ferget breaks it down from the newsroom. Allison.
10 rural hospitals are forming the Wisconsin High Value Network, which looks to expand resources and improve patient care. All hospitals in the network will remain independent, but they can now share data and equipment. Officials say that sort of collaboration will give providers more tools to help patients. Cibolo Health is partnering with the hospitals to create the network. The group has created 5 other clinically integrated networks in states like Minnesota and North Dakota, and they say those networks have seen notable boosts to their quality of care.
Think about small rural hospitals. You have one person that's wearing 10 different hats, and just being able to give them these resources have been game changing.
Another benefit of the network is it will help hospitals save money on equipment. That means prices should stay down for patients. Right now, the Wisconsin High Value Network is made up of 10 hospitals, but they are open to more joining. Reporting in the newsroom, Allison Ferget, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Allison. The Scenic Mississippi Regional Transit, or SMART buses, might be cut from La Crosse County's budget. SMART operates 13 bus routes throughout the Coulee region. Cities where the SMART stops include La Crosse, Tomah, Prairie du Chien, and Viroqua. La Crosse County's associate administrator says it's due to an increase in cost and a decrease in riders.
In 2025, we're anticipating it will cost the county about $120,000, and then in 2026 that would go up to about $157,000.
The county plans to hold a public hearing in November. Well, a warm and sunny first day of October, and I guess we're heating up for the big Brewers rivalry, Greg. That's why that's why this is happening.
Yes, exactly. Just for the baseball. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not going to be October-like baseball. It's going to be more like August. With temperatures here in the 80s, once again, we had near record, and we'll probably have another chance to get records on Saturday, too. So that's a big story. It's still well into the 80s this evening, too, with a few high clouds out there in Eau Claire, but all in all, a very warm but dry start. You can see some areas did get up to the 90s there. We got close to the record in both locations. You can see there's the degree off. Otherwise, very warm, very dry conditions. And this evening, too, for football, it's going to be a very warm Good news is light winds, though, for most of the area right now, getting just down to 74 by 9 p.m. for La Crosse, and a very similar story for Eau Claire, too. A very warm evening. The winds are light. That's the bigger story this evening, probably, because that'll be a different story for the weekend. But 76 still at the end of the game. So later on, we'll kind of break down what the rest of the weekend looks like with the wind, and then when we will see the more October-like conditions a bit later in the broadcast.
Okay, and it's the Brewers-Cubs rivalry. I don't think I said the entire matchup, so just so that we're clear. All right, tonight is opening night of Sparta's House of Shadows. This year, the iconic haunted house is teaming up with Chaotic Charities Haunted House. Folks say it'll make this year even more terrifying.
It's a great feeling when we get people to come out that they see it, they've seen it year after year after year, and they just, hey, it's gotten better every year. And then you get those ones that come out and this is their first time ever being here, and they can't help but come back the next weekend. So as we always say, come early and come often.
The Haunted House is also working in partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. Every ticket sold will benefit Sparta kids and families. It will be open every Friday and Saturday in October. A UW Whitewater student from La Crosse is raising money for the Coulee Region Humane Society. Quinn Moldenhauer's virtual pet costume contest runs through October 26th. Pet owners pay $5 to enter, and all the money goes to the Coulee Region Humane Society. So far, 3 pets have entered the contest. Trixie is going as a princess, and J-Rock and Hudson are dressed as Santa.
It's great. We're really, we can't do any of this without our community, and we're so grateful for Quinn to put this together without us even having to ask. It's great when the community comes together, and all the money raised goes directly to all the animals that, you see in Mr. Meowster.
Winners get more than $500 of prizes from local businesses like Linda's Bakery, the Charmont Hotel, and 608 Brewing Company. We'll have a link to the fundraiser and entry forms on our website, news8000.com. And it is week 7 of the Friday Night Frenzy, and there are some great games on tap. News 8 Now's Kate Overton joins us from Bangor as we've got a big battle in the Scenic Bluffs. Kate.
Hey, speaking of hot.
Yeah, Emily, there's a few key matchups across the area, but here in Bangor, we have a big rivalry matchup. The 5-1 Bangor Cardinals hosting the 4-2 Cashion Eagles for a battle at the top of the Scenic Bluffs Conference. Now, Bangor, they're riding a 5-game win streak. Cashion suffered their first conference loss last week, but if they could get a win tonight, we would have a tie at the top of the conference with just 2 games to go. It's always a good one when these two teams face off. Bangor got the best of the Eagles last year, but Cashion won the battle both of the 2 years prior, so it's always fun when these two teams square off, and we're hoping to get some of that tonight. We'll have more on this matchup coming up later in the show, so be sure to stay tuned. Emily.
All right, thank you, Cade. A big sports weekend ahead, as you can tell. Still to come, a massive explosion at a Los Angeles oil refinery. How witnesses described the terrifying moment. And Sean Diddy Combs learns his fate after months of legal battles. The judge's decision coming up.
Monday, it's a fire hazard hiding in your home, where it is and how to stay safe. Plus, is your partner a financial cheat? How to tell. And Art has your back to work forecast. See you starting at 5 a.m.
Enjoy 7 days of savings online and in store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet Days, going on now. Shop your favorite brands and seasonal supplies at unbeatable farm and fleet prices, like assorted Victor dog food, $5 off. 50-foot Yellow Jacket extension cords are 60% off. $19.99 for rewards members while supplies last. And all GE indoor light bulbs are on sale, 10% off. Rewards members save 15%. Find the value you need online and in store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet Days, going on now.
Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, where every piece of furniture is crafted with quality you can count on. And now, for a limited time, you can save big during our Made in America sale. Solid craftsmanship, timeless style, and the comfort of knowing your furniture is built right here in America. Plus, our trusted team of designers is here to help you put it all together. Shop now during the Made in America sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, family owned for 100 years.
Convenience is a big factor. We're right here in Onalaska.
We're local. You know, we've been here for a long time. We take all insurances. We service and repair many different makes and models of hearing aids. Even if you didn't get your hearing aids with us, we'd be happy to take a look at them.
If your hearing aid is still under warranty, we can do some warranty work for you there.
You know, just walk in. You know, you don't have to have an appointment. I'm happy to help if I can.
Our family is helping your family.
Better Hearing Center, Onalaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Masterforce provides ample storage for all of your tools. Made from durable materials, Masterforce keeps your tools safe and ready to use. Get an 11% rebate on all Masterforce tool storage. Protect your boats and recreational vehicles with FVP, RV, and Marine antifreeze. It has burst-proof protection down to -50 degrees, keeping you protected against freezing temperatures. Get a gallon for $2.49 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
A major breakthrough in negotiations to end the war in Gaza. Hamas says it will free all the remaining hostages and give up control under a deal proposed by President Trump. But the group says some other parts of the deal need more talking among Palestinians. Hamas made these agreements a few hours after President Trump said the group must agree to the deal by Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Israel is on a path to normalization between Arab and Gulf nations, and we hope that can continue. But right now, the president has made it very clear to Hamas that this is an acceptable and detailed proposal that they must accept, or the consequences are going to be very grave for them.
While Hamas is willing to free the hostages, a senior official says that releasing all of them within 72 hours of implementing the deal would be unrealistic. Tuesday will mark 2 years since Hamas's attack on Israel triggered the war. Sean Diddy Combs has been sentenced just over 4 years in prison today. A federal jury found the 55-year-old music mogul guilty of prostitution-related charges involving 2 ex-girlfriends. Combs called his own behavior disgusting, shameful, and sick before sentencing. He was acquitted on more serious racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
Racketeering sex trafficking cases are like fire-breathing dragons, and he slayed the dragon.
The judge also ordered a $500,000 fine and 5 years of supervised release. Combs has already spent 13 months in jail. A massive fireball erupted at a Chevron oil refinery in Los Angeles last night. The explosion lit up the sky, sending flames shooting into the air that could be seen for miles. Firefighters rushed to contain the massive blaze, urging people to stay indoors.
It's like all orange, and then like we just see like this big explosion, and then we see all the fire just rising up, and it was just like a crazy sight to see. Honestly, it was bad.
Chevron officials say no one was hurt, and it's not clear yet what caused the fire. The facility provides 20% of the state's motor vehicle fuel and 40% of its jet fuel. Chevron says the fire has been extinguished after burning for nearly 18 hours. Well, sending mail will cost a little more soon. Starting next week, the United States Postal Service is boosting its prices for the 2025 holiday season. Officials say the adjustments help deal with extra handling expenses. The holiday pricing will expire on January 18th. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
Yeah, we got a breezy, very warm weekend, but we do have rain chances returning eventually by Sunday night, and then much cooler, more October-like conditions for next week. We'll break it all down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're gonna find whatever you want, and you're gonna find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit King Furniture today.
Oktoberfest kicks off Thursday, October 2nd at Fleet Farm. Join us all month for show-stopping deals, contests, and freebies every weekend. This Saturday, October 4th, the first 100 customers can score a free gift card worth up to $100. Grab a sweet fall favorite at our Caramel Apple Bar and enjoy free hot dogs, yard games, and more. Don't miss the fun at Fleet Farm's Oktoberfest. It's our way of saying thanks for your continued business. For details, visit fleetfarm.com/Oktoberfest.
Wait, you gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
How?
FluMist, it's a flu vaccine you give yourself.
Yeah, at home.
You do what at home? FluMist Home. What? FluMist Home. A vaccine delivered to your home? Yes.
Give yourself a shot? No. It's a mist that goes up my nose. My mom does it.
And it works? Yeah, it's the same flu vaccine you get at the doctor's or pharmacy.
So easy. Even you can do it, Chief.
FluMist is a nasal spray flu vaccine for people aged 2 to 49. Don't get FluMist if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, eggs, or to other flu vaccines. Do not give FluMist to children or adolescents taking aspirin therapy. Tell your healthcare provider about all your medical conditions, including asthma, wheezing, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, and about all the medicines you take. Runny or stuffy nose, sore throat, or fever may occur.
So I can order FluMist online? Yeah, just go get your phone.
Get flu protection without the injection. Order at flumist.com.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest Magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger.
And transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had.
Ta-da! But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love. Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
Well, if we hit 90 here tomorrow, or even if we hit it today or tomorrow, basically we're getting towards the end of where you'd see the latest 90 for La Crosse. It goes to October 6th. We can still see a lot of 80s, still potentially all the way through November, so that's not all the question. If Eau Claire gets 90 at this point in time, it's going to be a record because that last one was on September 25th. They could still get 80. In fact, 80 was all the way towards almost Halloween at 1 year. So we're not done with the quite almost warm conditions, but the 90s pretty much are done with once we get past this weekend for the time being. We're just under a ridge, too, as a storm system, a very complex, very large system impacts the West Coast. They're going to actually get mountain snow. They got rain, much cooler conditions. We're still under this ridge. Eventually, that system, a piece of it will be coming through as we get towards the late half of the weekend, Sunday night into Monday, and we'll get back to normal conditions. But overall, it's not too really out of the question. We're going to see temperatures anywhere chilly for this time of year. But overnight, the temperatures are really going to be mild. These are actually not far from where we should be for actual daytime highs. So a very warm start. The wind's going to start picking up too as we go throughout Saturday. That'll be the bigger difference between today and tomorrow is the winds. Temperatures may be a degree or two difference depending on location, but all in all, not much of a thing. Mid to upper 80s and potentially some areas could get back into the 90s, but the wind will be the bigger factor. We look at the records tomorrow. Definitely going to probably see some records at least tie because the record highs come back down a little at both locations. So that is in play for both as we'll see it. As we go towards Sunday, once again, it's going to be a warm conditions going into Sunday, more 60s, but the wind will still remain in Sunday going into Monday, and then, Saturday night going into Sunday morning, and then Sunday still warm, but cloud cover will increase. The winds also as the front gets closer. So some areas further east to go may get into the mid 80s. I think everyone else is probably going to be low 80s, but still warm. Once again, we should be in the mid upper 60s time of year. The winds tomorrow, you could see gusts basically in northeast Iowa, southeast Minnesota could approach 35 at times. Maybe some of the ridge lines too across the rest of the area could see that. They're not going to die off that much at night. We still could see some gusts in the 20s to near 30 at times, and even Sunday morning still going to be a little breezy, and then they're going to pick up quite a bit. There could be some areas as we go towards the afternoon as that front approaches that could get closer to 35 to 40. Time we get to the evening hour, we start seeing the winds die down, and they're going to start turning as the front comes through. Precipitation, a lot of this initially probably won't reach the ground because it's so dry ahead of the front. I think it's going to be behind the front. You'll see more. So clouds will increase. I think the shower chance really increases as we get towards 5 to 6. And then further into the night and further south you go, that's where I think your better shot. You're going to see some showers, maybe a thunderstorm. That chance is still quite low, but showers, as you see it, they'll swing through as we get towards the morning commute on Monday. I think most of that activity is going to be gone, or at least further south. We'll just dealing with north winds, some cloud cover on all the precipitation for most of the Monday will be done. And then we'll see more seasonal conditions. You see those temperatures, mid to upper 60s, not bad actually, still a degree or two above for most areas, but definitely we're not seeing those 80s anymore anytime soon. And that's really the story for the rest of the week. It's more typical early October, end of September conditions, although we do return back to the 70s towards the end of the week and next weekend under really pretty much looks like dry conditions. So it's going to be a drop, but nothing's really out of the ordinary for early October. And then we'll kind of get mild conditions towards the end of next week too. So definitely it's going to be a warm, dry, windy weekend.
What a start to October, right? This is different, right? All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, we've got a live report from one of the biggest football games of the night in the area. Plus, we're less than 24 hours away from the Brewers and Cubs meeting in the playoffs. Hear from Pat Murphy. Jacob is in next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Right now at Home Furniture, it's the preferred customer event. Get up to an extra 15% off sale prices with instant factory rebates. Find savings throughout the showroom like this leather sofa, now just $12.69. Hurry in, the preferred customer event ends Monday at Home Furniture.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Test drive and compare the top midsize SUVs at our Drive to Compare event, Saturday, October 11th at La Crosse Speedway. Details at drivetocompare.com or go to Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
What keeps me at Eagle Crest are the people that I work with. I enjoy my team so much. I look forward to seeing them every day. I enjoy our monthly meetings, getting to see the other managers from the other facilities and collaborate. I motivate my team by bringing us back to why we're here, going through our residents, getting to know them. You feel like you're really part of a big mission to help our residents have a full and healthy life.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
You already know. Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
Get a sleep like no other on a handmade mattress from Heirloom at Home Sleep Express. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Heirloom mattresses at Home Sleep Express.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, week number 7 of the high school football season has arrived. Just 3 more regular season games for teams, which means conference title races are heating up. News 8 Now's Kate Overton is in Bangor, where not only is there a big Scenic Bluffs game tonight, but a huge rivalry game as well.
For 15, an automatic dunker. You're spot on, Jacob. One of the biggest rivalry games in our area over here in Bangor, as the Cardinals are hosting the Cashton Eagles. Huge rivalry game, but also a big game for conference implications for the Scenic Bluffs Conference. Bangor is riding a 5-game win streak, unbeaten in conference play. Cashton, 4-2 on the year, suffered their first Scenic Bluffs loss last week, but they can get right back into the top of the standings with a win tonight over Bangor. Easier said than done, however. Bangor has been on a roll ever since dropping their first matchup of the season to Melrose Minduro, in large part due to the production of Dylan Matheson. The senior running back has 100 rushing attempts on the year for nearly 800 yards and 10 touchdowns. He's been running all over their opponents on this 5-game win streak. He's tough to bring down. Certainly look for him to have a big game tonight. On Cashton's side, they're led by senior Drew Butzler, as he's going to have a big game if they want to take down the Cardinals. We'll see if he can make that happen. Bangor won last year's matchup, but Cashton got the win in the 2 previous years, so it's always a competitive battle when these 2 teams take the field. As always, we'll have games from all across the area, including a couple of big ones in the MVC, so be sure to tune in tonight at 10 for the Friday Night Frenzy. Jacob.
All right, thank you very much, Kate. Looking forward to seeing how that rivalry game turns out. And speaking of rivalries, how about the NLDS series coming up? The first ever postseason meeting between Milwaukee and Chicago. And speaking of first, with the Brewers having such a young roster, some of Milwaukee's key players will need to be ready to deliver when their name is called upon in a big spot. And their manager says there's no special secret to producing in the playoffs.
No, I think you can give them insights into what it would be like. It's still baseball. If you let pressure, if you let the environment get you off your process, then it's going to affect you. And the quicker you can realize, oh, that's what they're talking about, and get back into it, I don't think you'll be as affected as much.
Now, the Brewers do have home field advantage thanks to their MLB best record, but with the teams being just 90 miles apart, we will see how much of an upper hand it is for Milwaukee. And now it's time to tell you who is our News 8 Play of the Week winner, and it is Brookwood's Owen Wong. 3 spectacular catches for the Falcon receiver in the same drive to help his team get on the board before halftime, and Brookwood scored an impressive 15-8 upset of Cashton on the night, so congrats to Owen for winning by just 3.4%. All right, that is it for sports. Don't forget to join us for the Friday Night Frenzy highlights around 10:15. We're back in just a moment.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
In 1969, Taco John's combined Western traditions with Mexican flavors and created West Mex. More than 50 years later, it still tastes like a good idea. West Mex meals start at just $5, only at Taco John's.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to Lacrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
All right, it's going to be a very mild night. These temperatures are really what you would expect for high temperatures time of year. So definitely you're going to get a warm start to Saturday. The winds will pick up 80s, potentially 90s. The front comes through Sunday night. That's your best chance for rain Sunday night into Monday. And then it's more early October-like conditions, but even then it's not too bad for early October because we do have 70s potentially coming back.
You will not catch me complaining because sometimes if I can't feel my fingers when I'm out there shooting the games, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So we'll
We'll
take
your favorite. All right, thanks for joining us at 6. We'll see you at 10.